Brinkley was a channel owned and operated by Michael Cravey. His channel specialized in vlogs and commentary videos.
I filled out 160 questions. Yeah. Why would I do that? Right. Why would I do that?
He attained most of his fame after creating a mod for a video game called Deus Ex. Aside that were his conspiracy theories. In his conspiracies, he was often interested in the topic of the Dark Knight Aurora Theater shooting, especially the suspect in the case, James Holmes. He made several videos about the shooting as if he had secret information that was unknown to anyone else. He also took a big interest in 9/11 related conspiracies, and that was what earned him most of his views. Now, unaware to most of his viewers was Michael's increasing paranoia, which you could sometimes spot in his videos, as he often talked about how Twitter and YouTube were altering his videos. He also told his viewers to only trust what they could see in his videos, and that his socials have been compromised. However, on March 3rd, 2014 at around 7 p.m., Michael would shock the world. On that day, Michael would enter the parking lot of Lee Hall in the University of Florida. He wanted to talk to a professor who was with his wife at the time. He talked for a few minutes, but however, Michael quickly snapped. He pulled out a knife and stabbed the professor multiple times in his neck. Bystanders who watched the scene reported that Michael was laughing maniacally all the way through. A woman who witnessed the crime called 911 and reported that, "Hurry, someone has been stabbed." Later on, Michael hopped into his Jeep and started to flee the scene. However, the police managed to track him down, stirring a pursuit. Michael was driving recklessly as he took the risk of going the opposite direction in a one-way road. This caused police to stop chasing him as they feared the danger he would pose to other drivers on the road. And they were right to do so. Michael's Jeep crashed into another car. He managed to survive and ran on foot to a nearby Best Buy. Police surrounded the area, where they quickly realized that Michael was armed with a hatchet. As a police officer approached him, Michael ran towards the officer with a hatchet. The police officer, out of fear for his life, pulled out his gun and fired, dropping Michael to the ground. Despite emergency responders giving first aid, it was already too late for Michael as he succumbed to his injuries mere minutes later. The reason as to why he attacked the professor was unknown and would remain this way. Benjamin Rogers, also known on YouTube as one of the goobermeister, was a 16-year-old American YouTuber. His channel specialized mainly in cartoon edits. So throughout his time on YouTube, he gathered a massive 7.5 million views. Benjamin was never a talkative guy as he was homeschooled, and despite being the perfect student, he didn't have any friends to speak of in real life. However, he made up for this through the internet, especially in Discord, where he met most of his friends all over the world with similar interests. However, in 2021, Michael would post his last video titled "Finally Die" minus the comedy. Benjamin's end would be a rather tragic one. On the morning of January 27th, 2022, Benjamin's father, Gregory Carradine, lost his mind and shot his son, Benjamin, and his wife, Deborah. When the neighbors reported gunfire, the police would be called that night. In their house, the police will find the three, with the killer dead due to a self-inflicted gunshot wound, leaving the entire world with the question why Benjamin was ever murdered. Andrijia Cikic was a young piano player from Serbia. From a young age, he showed interest in music, learning the piano at only 6 years old. His channel, which was under his own names, boasted videos of himself playing the piano. Despite his young age, he won multiple awards and performed at concerts locally and internationally. However, on May 3rd, 2023, his life would be cut short. That morning, Astro Kekmanovi, a 13-year-old, came to his school with a gun. The young shooter opened fire at fellow students as well as teachers. He shot one boy before moving to his next victim. This victim would sadly be Andrijia. Despite Andrijia's efforts of fighting back, he was shot. In the end, 9 students and a security guard were killed. The young shooter, Costa, would be given no punishment as he was under the age of criminal responsibility.